Yo, what is up? Welcome back to Gas the Podcast, episode 8, season 1. I don't know why I added seasons, but be sure to check out our social media channels on Twitter, YouTube, and IG. We also got a Facebook group, but been a little bit more active on the other 3. But today, you already know, I got my host with me. Yo, Dom, say what up.
Yo, what up? Hoping y'all have a good Sunday. Well, Sunday when we made it, whatever day it is that you're listening to. I hope you have a good day. Yeah, we got some topics for y'all today.
I appreciate that, Dom, because I forgot to say that we are recording this episode on the 27th of June, which is a Sunday. But let me go ahead and go to my other host. GP, say what up.
What up, people? About lost my breath. Had to do some running before. But we got some stuff. We're going to get through some information for y'all. Hopefully it'll be helpful. You enjoy it, and let's go.
He sounds so tired, making me tired. I'm joking. But,
Dead life.
facts. I know, right? Oh, my goodness.
Facts.
But, before we continue with this episode, last episode we said we were going to talk about the best anime characters ever and go into a deep dive and anatomy of these characters, but we don't think y'all ready for that. So we're going to postpone that for today and hopefully have a shorter episode than last week. But yeah, let's get started. Got a couple things to talk about, game, entertainment, and a little bit of anime. But before we go into that, since we don't have that much to talk about, yo, Dom, man, so what you been up to this last week, man?
This last week, my fault. I've gotten in the groove of exercising every day because I'm trying to lose this weight.
How much you weigh?
A few times.
Or how much you weighed before?
Currently I'm at 270. Currently 270.
Okay.
So
you like 6'1", right? Or 6 feet?
Nah, I'm like 6 feet exactly.
Okay.
I think I'm like 6'1" with shoes on. But yeah. Other than that, I've been hooping a little bit for some exercise as well. And as far as playing games go, I've been playing like Monster Hunter Rise lately.
Okay. How you like Monster Hunter Rise?
I like it. Obviously, I do like the it's a lot faster paced than it was the Monster Hunter World that was on the Xbox. The only downfall is that it's on the Switch and graphically, but it's still a fun game.
You playing it on 20 frames per second. You using a multiplayer? Are you co-op any or?
Nah, I don't normally do co-op till I get through, like, if you don't know, it's like low rank and high rank missions.
Yeah.
So I normally don't start playing high rank till I finish playing co-op till I finish all like the low rank missions and get into like the harder missions of the game. So right now I'm still just, kicking it by myself.
So do you have like a backlog of video games that you want to play?
Yes, I have a backlog of way too many games. The crazy part is a new game comes out, I get the new game, and then something else is added to the backlog.
So roughly, how many games do you think you got on your backlog?
All right. So from Steam alone, I own around like.
No, I don't care about
games.
the owning. How many games you play? Because everybody got a Steam library that's just sitting there. But
all right. The games I play, I have at least 60 RPGs I plan on playing that I'm currently not playing right now that I own.
Okay, see, I would have, so me, I would probably have like maybe that many games, period. If I was like retired early and I don't have to do anything, I don't have to babysit, my kids can kind of take care of themselves. But my number is severely down. I got maybe 20-ish games, including DLC that I wanna beat. Like after that, I can just play the new games that come out. So yeah, you tripping. I mean, you 21, so I guess when you get older, you got
the time for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like when you get older, you be like, you just got to X that out, bro. Like, you know what? I'm just not gonna ever get to that game. So at least not right now. Like like I said, whenever I get to a point where I don't have to work anymore, which I hopefully is in the next 10 years. I don't know. We'll see. And take care of my kids like that. Then I can increase that backlog number. But yeah. But yeah, that's all you've been up to? What's up?
Yeah, but I was gonna say I feel like the purpose of a backlog is to always have games that's to be able to play, right? So there's always a list of good games, right? Because you don't never want to not have a backlog. That's the bad thing.
I do. I don't want a backlog.
He's not a dad yet. That's why that's not like...
Look, man.
No, but listen, bro. Listen, once the backlog gone, bro, there ain't no more good games coming out. What you gonna do?
Play multiplayer. Play multiplayer or do other things. Like learn something. Like I like the reason. Like yeah, because look. Like for me right now, where I'm at in my life, I have a backlog, and it's been exponentially increasing the last 3 years because I've been streaming, and I never had time to do anything else but stream that one game really, and record some other games that wasn't really what I really wanted to play. But since I stopped all that, I was like, okay, now I have time to play these games. But now that I got a daughter, and I also I finished school, so that was another thing. But now I'm in a part where like I could go back to do more schooling, which is what I want to do, or I could beat some of these games and have like my mental space be more positive because I played these games. So it's like if I didn't have a backlog, the choice would be easy. Like I'll just start learning these things because I want to be a game developer too eventually. But yeah, like if I didn't have a backlog, I could focus on that stuff. I won't be worrying about, oh my god, I want to play this game. Oh, I want to play this game. Or because a lot of the time that I'm doing right now has been going to work, babysitting, cleaning up the house. But yeah, like not having a backlog, that'll be amazing. I was just thinking like, man, what if I beat all these games that they'll never be in my mind again. You know what I'm saying? If I can't even go back and replay old games because of my backlog. So yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, but GP man, what you been up to, man?
About to be the old boring guy. I got an electric lawnmower because I wanted to see if I could use that just as well as a gas mower. And surprisingly, they did a very good job. The only problem is if your grass is tall, the battery uses more power because it has to work harder. But if you maintain your lawn like a good homeowner should, which I'm not, then it'll be a good investment. And two, after you cut grass and put it for me anyway, I have a garage, I don't have a shed. Once I put it in the garage, the gas smell fumating around the whole garage doesn't exist anymore because it's electric. So that's a good plus. So when I open my garage up cutting grass, I ain't gotta almost faint because the gas suffocated me. Outside of that, man, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links had this thing called KC Cup. It's kind of like a playoffs. It's not a great example, but it's like a playoffs. And you got 3 days to compete with the people worldwide and do what you do. And so I did that these past couple weeks or whatnot, and man, it was tough. I no lie, I had 14 wins in a row, and I was moving on up. And then after that 14th win, man, I win 1, lose 2, win 3, lose 4, and I just could not break through. So outside that, chilling, of course, being a dad. I'm still going to the gym, as I'm glad hearing you going to catch up. So I am 20 pounds from my dream weight. I say dream weight, it's not a dream weight, it's just my goal weight, which is 200 pounds even. I'm 220. When I first started, I was 249. And so a lot of people see the change in my face and body structure. I mean, right now, I kid you not, I'm in a basketball group thread, and somehow my church service was streaming online. Somebody took a screenshot of me and said, "Oh, I know this dude," and then proceeded by, "James Muscles is muscling." James is thinking I should be in the weight room right now. And so I'm just getting all these comments from my basketball group thread, people just roasting me of what I look like. And I'm looking at my phone because I'm reading like scripture. So yeah, so it's a good feeling, Dom. Once you get into it, bro, I'm telling you, it becomes a real peace, kind of a peace giver, where when you don't work out in 2 days, you'll feel bad. Like that's the point I'm at now. When I don't work out enough or play basketball at all, I just feel bad and grumpy. So keep it up, bro. It's worth it. But yeah, man, that's it. Mahogany, my daughter, she crawling now, so that's fun. So she's starting to get into things where we can't put her down and not worry about stuff now. Now you gotta worry about tables and laptops and everything falling on top of her because she's getting to everything.
Yep. And yeah.
And I have no back. Well, I lie. I do have a backlog. The only game I've been telling y'all for like a month now, the Zelda game.
Yeah, GP backlog ain't even a backlog. It's just a game you gotta play. What is that? But
yeah, it's crazy. I still don't remember the name of it. The newest one, which has a part 2 coming out.
Yeah,
Breath of the Wild.
Thank you. But I do Uncharted. If I had time and I could play one series over, Uncharted would be that series. I will say that.
Yeah. To speak on the lawnmower, so it charges the battery and then you just go off and then you come back and recharge it.
Yep.
How much? Yeah. Is it a riding lawnmower or no?
Nah, push. My lawn ain't big enough for no rider.
How much did it cost you?
Let's see.
Oh, you don't have to be perfect, like ballpark.
Nah, it was $420.
Okay. Man, when I first moved into my house was about 3 years ago. I bought an electric lawnmower. I don't cut my grass now. I just pay somebody. I ain't had no time. But, I got this electric lawnmower and I like, oh yeah, can we cut my grass? Bruh, it was one, for some reason, I feel like it was a lawnmower that, it always got to be plugged in or something. I was like, so this just don't charge? Like,
you need the extension cable with that one.
Yeah, I'm like, is this a dang not a lawnmower, a vacuum cleaner? Like, I can't cut grass like this. So I end up just paying somebody to cut my grass.
What you do with it?
It's still back there, I think. I have no idea. It's been like 3 years.
Wow. How much did that? I'm pretty sure that had to be cheaper than mine.
Yeah, it was way cheaper. It was like 100, something like that.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah,
but it's convenient though, man. I really say that.
Yeah, I'm thinking about, because we're moving. This is what I've been going through this my week. We were moving to another home, and the lawn is a whole lot bigger than what we got. Like, it's bigger than what where Dom at now, my parents, their house is bigger than that. And I'm like, okay, am I gonna pay somebody to do this? Because it could be around like maybe $100.
Right.
So you telling me that, I might actually start cutting my own grass. Because my biggest thing was like, I ain't have time. I got a little bit more time now versus back then because I was trying to do too much at once. But yeah, if I could get my bad, if I could get a lawnmower like that, like, because my whole thing about, I just don't care about gas. Like, I even got an electric car now, so I don't know. Maybe I'm too bougie. I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna see what's up with that electric lawnmower. But yeah, my week been going, making sure I fill out all this stuff and get the money right so we could get out of here. And then we're gonna sell this house. Hopefully get a good chunk of money so I could pay off some things.
That's smart, especially in this times of the market value. Yeah, it's smart.
Oh yeah, so because I was gonna rent it out, but then I was like, I could just sell this right now and like come up on some money, like good money. So yeah,
right.
Yeah. So gonna do that. What else? I've been playing, as far as games, I've been playing Metro Exodus on PC. It's actually a pretty decent game. I like the other two more. It's the third in a series. I like the other two more because I think it being open world doesn't do anything. Well, it's not necessarily open world, but it has open world segments, and it doesn't really do anything to make the game better. It actually makes it drags it on a little bit more than it need to be. So and it's not as horror, because it's not a horror game, but like it had horror elements sometimes. Right. It's not really that scary because it's kind of like, to give like a mini review. I'm not sure. I know Dom know what I'm talking about when like how you play MMO and you have like, you can tell like, okay, these monsters spawn here. You know what I'm saying? Like these monsters spawn here and these people will be over here. Like you kind of get that from there. Like, okay, these are where the monsters will be, and then here where the people will be. It's no like surprise like the first 2 games. Like you just be walking, and next thing you know, you got these monsters down your back and stuff. So
you, bro, pop out the wall.
Yeah, they come out of nowhere really. But in the third one, like this one, you could kind of like guess like, okay, this is where these guys are. So yeah, when you get in this area, this is what to expect. So it kind of takes away the surprise element, really. But the gameplay's still cool, I guess. I think that's it, man. Been working from home. That's been amazing. Been going to the gym 3-4 times a week. So that's been
Okay.
Yeah. I told you I started back in May.
Yeah.
Or late May, maybe middle May. But yeah, to caveat or to talk about what GP was saying, how like you miss a day or two and you feel bad. Like, yeah, that's true. You really just gotta, after you break the wall, I call it like the wall of going, it becomes like a good habit, you know, because you got bad habits and good habits. A good habit is, you know, going to the gym and working out and you feeling good afterwards. So yeah. Once you break that wall, it's really just like, it's like eating, you know.
Right. You miss a few meals, you grumpy.
Yeah.
Oh, but you spoke of horror. I did just want to add new season of Black Summer on Netflix. My friend had me watch it. It's a zombie, not apocalyptic world, but just zombies around. I must admit, the plot of it is cool. Not bad, it's cool. But the way that the filmography, I believe that's the proper word.
Filmography?
Yes. Pretty much how it's filmed and directed.
Yeah.
That is a great twist because it's not always in order. So you'll see one scene and then they'll go to another scene, and the scene that you're currently watching may have occurred before the first scene. So you may have some questions like, how did they get there? And then 5 scenes later, they show you what happened. So I do like that. Just them storytelling it and how they're doing it. That is an A+. One of the most unique ways I've experienced the show. Zombies themselves, to me, are almost to the point of just overrated, oversaturated in the market.
Yeah.
But the way they present it, though, I will say, is the best I've seen. I have to give it credit.
So,
and it's called Black Summer on Netflix.
How many? Speaking of, I think we're gonna lead up. I'm gonna go into a small topic, off topic of what we talked about or put on a list. But is how many seasons it got?
It's 2 seasons. Second season was June 17th, so pretty much less than 2 weeks ago. 8 episodes per season.
So do both seasons do the whole take a story and break it into puzzle pieces type thing?
Yep, so far.
Okay, so I like that, but then I feel like sometimes it's a double-edged sword. Like only through experience. Like, I'm not saying I watched this show, but I have seen a show, I don't remember, where they storytell like that, and at first it's really good, it's really well done, but then they do it again and you kind of predict like, okay, this I can see where it's going, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Right. I'll give it a try. Have you watched Walking Dead?
No.
Okay, well, never mind then. Because I watched Walking Dead, and the first 2 to 3, I'd say the first 2 seasons were like really good. It wasn't like that.
That show used to be good, yeah.
Yeah.
I heard about it. But that's what happened when you got 15 seasons. I mean,
yeah. Like what?
What you expect?
Yeah, I think, but I feel like it fell off earlier than it needed to. Like, I feel like they could have did a lot more to make it more entertaining. But like after season 3, it starts to go downhill, and I can't even tell you exactly when, but like it's basically a circle of doing the same crap over and over again. You got zombies, and then you got bad guys, and then you got the main bad guy, and then you got to figure out how to take him out, you know what I'm saying? And then he might kill 1 or 2 of y'all. Like, it's like you could just see it coming every time. Then they be having these long, drawn out conversations about needing supplies. Like, oh my God, like go to Walmart, okay? Go to Walmart. So
I watched that show way longer than I needed to.
Oh yeah, I watched
that show up until like Negan came. Now season 6.
Yeah, so right when he came, like his first introduction, you know, old buddy died, or 2 of them died basically. Yeah. Right after that episode, I stopped watching. I wanted to stop earlier, but I knew like people kept like saying like, "Oh snap, Negan is this super bad guy. I gotta watch him." And then I was like, "Okay, I'll stick until this part." And then it came, and I was like, "You know what? That was a good part. That was a good episode." But I wasn't ready to. I feel like they really got stripped. So it's like Bleach when Ichigo did his super move against Aizen and he lost all his powers. It was like that. Like you get up to like the big bad guy, and then you know something happens, and then they really got to start from scratch again. So I was like, no, I'm not. I don't like that. I don't like that in storytelling.
That's a good point. Because it was, I didn't watch Walking Dead, but I watched that scene more times than I actually watched the show. And because Dave Chappelle had made a parody when he started coming back into the limelight, and he had a parody of it. So I'm like, oh man, this is cool again. So I see what you're saying though. Like it was so high that it was no way you could follow that up. It had to come down. Yeah.
And then they basically back to being like slaves. I don't know. I like, or barely having anything and working for somebody else. I ain't like that. I was like, okay, whatever. But yeah, glad I stopped watching it too. But what I wanted to say was, I think last episode we was talking about horror movies, and Dom said his favorite movie was Hereditary, and I kind of want to talk about that just a little bit. So I watched Hereditary, and in my opinion, it is probably the best horror movie as far as the last, and this is what you did say. You did say as of recent, it's the best horror movie. And I agree. It is the best horror movie I've seen that's recent. Like since Insidious, it's the best horror movie. It's really, but the thing with me is it's a really good movie in general. I don't think it's that scary until like the last 20 minutes. That's when I was like, oh, if they would have just sprinkled the last 20 minutes throughout the whole movie, this would have been like easy S tier movie. But wow, yeah, because the last 20 minutes is actually pretty horror. It's like I was like, oh wow, this is weird, man. Some weird stuff is happening. So if they would have just put that through it, because like in the beginning they had like a little bit of eeriness, and then like the middle is really just regular storytelling, like nothing supernatural happening, not that much, just more so like making the story go. And it was good making the story go, but it wasn't horror. But then the last 20 minutes is straight nothing but horror. You be like, oh snap, it's going down. And if that last 20 minutes was, like I said, sprinkled throughout the whole movie, I would like, this could be like on par with Insidious. But to me, it was a really good movie, but it wasn't that horror. It wasn't that scary. So I still give it to Insidious. And I just wanted to put that out there. I was thinking like, I bet Don was like crying at the end.
Being scarred for life.
Scarred for life, yeah. Just because the last 20 minutes.
Nah, bro. Too old for all that. But nah, the last portion of the movie was really good. Yeah. The one thing that got me, I'm not gonna say much, is when that thing started floating, bro.
Wait. Was it when old buddy woke up in his room, or or at the very, very end? Yeah, when she was like, he was just being stalked, basically. Yeah. So it's funny, like, yeah, I remember seeing that. I was like, oh wow, and then I started to look at it more. I was like, yeah, that's up there, you know, as far as like it being creepy. I was like, I did not expect this. So yeah, it was really good though how they did that.
Yeah, that was probably on one of the only movies that has got me as of late, because my expectations, I know we ain't trying to get the whole conversation, but my expectations has been really low, especially after I seen Bye Bye Man, bro. That just killed everything for me, bro. Yeah. Yeah, it was a really good movie, man. It's definitely worth a rewatch. Yeah, GP, I think, I know you say y'all not into horror movies, but I think the until the last 20 minutes, I think you it's, well, I don't know. I don't want to tell you to watch it and you'd be like, man, I shouldn't have watched that. not saying like it was a bad movie, but you know, I don't want, but anyways, it's a good movie. It's actually a pretty good movie.
Nothing. It doesn't do anything happy. Just want to put that out there too. Did you see Midsummer, Dom?
No, I actually didn't see that one.
So, I watched the kill count for it on that dude Dead Meat channel. Yeah, and I'm glad I didn't watch the movie. It's not okay. You might like it because it's similar to Hereditary, but it doesn't necessarily have a supernatural element to it.
Yeah, from what I know, it don't really live up to. Obviously, you get the hype of one good movie, and then people put the hype on you for everything.
Yeah.
Else.
I mean, I think
it doesn't quite live up to it.
I think it's
a good movie though.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think it's a good movie. It's just not a good horror movie. So I'm glad I watched it.
I might just watch it on Foundflix or something.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I just watched it on Kill Count. Cause Kill Count had a longer video. I kind of want to see. I kind of see who has the longer video and then watch it because I kind of want to see more details of it. But yeah, I just watched.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm glad I ain't, because it's like a 2-hour movie too. I was like, nah, bro. But anyways, yeah, that's all I want to talk about since we had brought up movie watching or something like that. I forgot. But anyways, let's get into the game section. Not a lot here, but apparently a new revived EA game is supposed to be revealed in about a month. And speculators on Twitter believe it is Dead Space. I don't think GP know about Dead Space.
Bro, stop trying me, bro. Yes, I know about Dead Space.
All right, next time I'm gonna say how you feel. So how you feel, GP, about that? What you think?
Dead Space, let me give a backstory. The only reason why I know about Dead Space, I have a good friend from my church. Literally always tell me, man, Dead Space is so scary, man. It's one of the hardest games to play. And he tells me all about, like, they have a flamethrower, like it's like it's a special weapon, like flamethrower and whatnot. But anyway, he was telling me one of the hardest games you can ever play is Dead Space, because if you play it and beat it on the hardest difficulty, you get these special weapon or a special weapon. And that's all I know about Dead Space. But from Dead Space, it doesn't really do anything for me. I've seen clips and I've seen gameplay. I think it's a cool game, but to me, it's just like almost a Resident Evil in space. I mean, that's really what it reminds me of. You could correct me if there's more things to it than that, but that's really all I see.
So, technically, yes, it's a Resident Evil 4 in space, but it's not like zombies. It's these weird, I think they call it necromorphs, actually, necromorphs. And you don't just kill them by like shooting them in the head. You gotta shoot off their limbs. So,
you gotta make sure they did, bro.
Yeah, and I think as far as horror games go, before games like Outlast and stuff like that came out, Dead Space, like when it first released, man, that was the scariest game to play back then. Yeah, it was, and I remember playing the demo because like, and it's honestly, it's still kind of a horror game if you play it, because watching it is different. When you playing it, right. it gets you there, bro. Like I replayed it some years ago. I haven't played 2. I played 3. I want to play 2. 3 is not scary at all. You could do co-op and stuff too, but 1 was like, it was a good game too, man. Yeah, because like, you know, when we was growing up, Resident Evil was the horror game for us. So, you know, when you hear Nemesis talking about some stars, you know,
bro, don't regret that.
Cut off the game, bro. Just cut off the game. Speaking of, I want to say this real quick. It's slightly off topic. Halo is a game about like aliens, not like scary aliens, you know, but you're shooting aliens and they're goofy sometimes and stuff like that.
Right.
It's a stage on there, bro. You go through these woods and little creepy stuff is happening. And you know me, I forgot I wasn't that old playing the OG Halo on the Xbox. At the end of this world or this stage, you go into like this little closed off area and the door locked behind you. and you like, what's going on? And then you find like this little cassette tape, basically, that shows you what happened to your crew, and it's these zombie-looking aliens come out and they kill you and they take over people's dead bodies and they basically swarm you. It's a lot of them. So I watched this video. You just see your teammates getting killed by these random things. You haven't seen these things before. Like, you about 60% done with the game. You like, what? What's about to happen? So you put down the cassette tape basically, and you looking around. You hear something banging on the door. You're like, what the freak is that? Bruh, they call it the flood. The flood come out and they just start swarming you and picking up dead bodies and attacking you, bruh. I cut off the game so fast, bruh. I was like, this is not Halo. Yo, I was so scared, bruh. I was so scared, bro. That shit was it was funny. I was watching a video. They was talking about that, like horror elements in games that's not horror games. And that was one of the things I wanted to bring it up in this podcast. Dawg, it was so shocking, bro, because you had they didn't drop any hints, bro. Not even until the last minute. It's like playing it's like playing Minecraft like for like 10 hours, and then the 11th hour Resident Evil just come out. Like, what? But yeah, it was wild. But yeah, Don, what you think about that? As far as Dead Space, because we don't know what it is, but what if it is Dead Space?
For one, I hope it's good. Cause
of course you want it to be good.
Yeah, obviously I know, but a lot of times they've been bringing back old series. They've been bringing back old series.
I know, man. I hope it's what everybody else hope it is.
Y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. But when they've been bringing back a lot of stuff about old series regarding anything, TV shows, movies, right? Games. I'm just hoping that if they do bring it back, it's decent, right? It's good.
Okay, let me ask a more specific question. Would you be excited if it's Dead Space?
No, not really. I don't know. It's never been a series I've been too excited about. I've played them, but like regarding excitement, I've never been too excited for them.
So if EA was to bring back any game that they don't have anymore, or haven't, do you have one? An EA game?
I don't think, not for EA.
Yeah. I think for me, if they was to bring back anything, either I was about to say Siphon Filter. That's not EA. I don't think. Hey, bring back Future Soldier, bro. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ghost Recon.
Yeah, Grawl.
Yeah. Oh, Grawl or Future Soldier. I like both of those.
I ain't really think about those, but yeah, I guess those would be good because I did enjoy Future Soldier. Had a 4-player co-op and stuff too.
Yeah, that was dope, bro. Honestly, if
that
GP
was a good 360 game.
Yeah, if GP had a PC, I would like see if y'all want to get on that. But he ain't got no PC, man. You can play it on your laptop though. It's an old game, so it might run. But anyways,
we're sending them slick shots,
Yeah, always, bro, always.
We got to carry him. He gonna be shooting nobody. We still got to get on GTFO. But yeah, for me, I think I'd be excited to see a current Dead Space game, like a reboot. I'd be down with that. I'd be down if it looked good though. If it looked good. If it looked trash or looked the same, I'll check it. It's going in the backlog. But next we got the new Demon Slayer game. I don't know the exact name for it, but they actually had some gameplay. And initially, so this is not the one we were talking about a couple episodes ago where it might be a Dragon Ball Fighters game. I think that's a lie. It was a rumor. I don't think that's true. We haven't seen anything or heard anything yet, but the new Demon Slayer game that was revealed, it had some gameplay, and it's actually, I think it's single player, right? Dom, do you know?
So it's kind of like the Storm games. You know how like the later Storm games had like the, run around, beat up enemies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think from what I've seen, I think it's kind of like that, run around, beat up enemies or whatever. But then when it's like a boss, it's like a one-on-one battle.
Okay.
And then like it do have verses from what I can tell, and it's like the Storm games.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I just saw some of the gameplay and it was single player. I didn't see any multiplayer, but I gotta see more before I pick it up. But it did pique my interest a little bit. What do you think? Are you gonna get it?
All right, so I don't know. From what I see, it looks kind of like, the Broken Bond games. You remember the old Broken? You ever played like 362 Naruto games?
Yeah,
like Broken Bond. It kind of like a mix of Broken Bond with like the Storm games. But the only thing I didn't know from what I could see is from what people were speculating from the trailers, what they've shown, that like you won't be able to play with the demons in like versus mode, right?
Yeah.
Only like the Slayers.
That's whack.
Yeah. But to answer your question, I may not get it like brand new.
Oh yeah, no.
But like
backlog.
give it some months and it's on sale or whatever. And if people actually say it's good from reviews, then I might be interested in getting it.
Yeah. Definitely wait for the reviews on that. What about you, GP? Yeah, I mean, I know you're not gaming, but did you see it? You probably didn't see it.
Oh my goodness, bro! Stop trying me, bro. Yes, I saw the gameplay. Good night.
All right. This is my last time. That's my last time.
Hey, bro, disrespect me one more time, bro. You said you was gonna cancel me from the show, bro. I'm gonna do something, bro. Anyway, man, I seen the gameplay. I mean, all it is just a Naruto game to me, bro. I mean, it didn't excite me in the sense of, because Demon Slayer is a good show. In the movie, it to me was the greatest anime movie of all time.
Yeah.
As of today, but the game, when I looked at the game, I'm like, okay, this is just Naruto, but they're using swords. I mean, it was nothing innovative about it. It's a fun playing game mechanic, but it's the same mechanic I'm already enjoyed, like in Ninja Storm, as Dom said. So for me, I'm not a big enough fan of the show to be excited about it. So nah, it's one of those games. If you have it, hey, let's play it. I play it, but I'm not getting it. Yeah. And I'm not looking forward to getting it either. So, yeah.
Man, y'all remember? Dang, Budokai, bro. Oh my goodness.
Man,
being excited for any Dragon Ball Z game back in the day, bro. That jump was crazy, bro. I remember the first Budokai, man. I beat that the same night I opened it up for Christmas. Matter of fact, my mom used to let us open up one thing before Christmas, and I was like, all right, let me get Dragon Ball Z Budokai, and it went up all the way to the Cell Saga, and I remember being so mad because I was like, man, we in the Buu Saga, why we ain't go to the Buu Saga?
Right.
Yeah, man. And then the Raditz part where you had to get the blisters spinning around that R3 stick. That joke was crazy, bro. It was hard, but yeah, man, some good memories, man. That's probably why they still make anime games today, because like they probably
kids are enjoying it somewhere.
Yeah, somebody wanted. My kid Dolly come to me, she want a Demon Slayer game. You get a Demon Slayer game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
That is a good point too, because I know I catch myself being like, why y'all keep making these games? We don't care. And I'm like, bro, you dating at 30. They ain't marketing to you. You're just icing on the cake, but you're not the cake. Like they got 10, 11, 12-year-olds who watching anime for the first time, just like you, who wants to play games based off shows. So it's like, it's a good point. But I will say with Budokai, the one thing I do remember, of course, was the game. Of course, I wanted to play it. But I remember also Legacy of Goku.
Oh yeah, hey, that was your game, bro. That was GP's game. I remember that, man. He used to talk to me about that junk all the time, bro.
That junk was so fun. It was so fun, bro. It's ridiculous. I mean, you doing stuff that had nothing to do with the story, but I'm having a good old time. The game was sold out in like 3 stores, but we went to Target. I never forget, we had to go to Target, and we found a few copies and played it. I only played the first one. I never played, I guess it was 2 more after that.
Yeah.
But people tell me all the time nothing was better than the first one, so I never regretted it. And that only went to the Frieza saga.
Yep.
So, man, good time.
It's funny because like you just be punching, you know what I'm saying, and throwing keyblades.
And you did learn Kamehameha.
Yeah.
You learned 2 moves. You learned Kamehameha. You learned what's the move? He blind people.
Solar flare. Yeah.
Yeah, you did learn a few moves. Now I give it.
Yeah, that's funny. And honestly, man, that's the beauty of games back in the day because it didn't look real, it didn't feel real, but it was like you had to use your imagination, you know?
Exactly.
Man, good thing, man.
Fun, bro.
You know, and I wanted to add though, it's funny how many times we got burned playing dang TV video games or movie video games and it'd be trash. The only good ones would be like Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, Spider-Man was pretty good. Yep.
Yeah, it was oh man, another one. I don't know if I played this with you, GP, but I know me and Dom used to play it, bro. And it's funny, my this guy I know named, or this kid I know named, a teenager I know named Lizard. He told me every now and then he bring this up. He was like, "Hey man, you remember Shrek 2?" Oh my god, Shrek 2 on the OG Xbox, bro. We was on
that
that,
game was
dog.
fun,
It was dope, bro.
I played it with you.
Okay, I just want to remember.
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, hey man, you want to play Shrek 2? Yeah. And then we get on there and we
One of
beat
my
the
favorite
game.
games, to be honest, yeah.
Nah, for real, that's one of the
That
best.
was surprisingly good. That really was.
Yeah.
Puss in Boots, was that his first time, right?
Yeah, it was Puss in
That
Boots.
was everybody wanted to be him. So if you didn't beat him, then it was like, I guess I'd be Shrek or Donkey. And Fiona had them hands.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, that was a good game.
It was good, man.
Underrated.
I
And,
honestly
you
want to
also
go
had the
back and
cookie,
play
bro.
it.
Yeah, Gingerbread Man too.
Yeah.
No, I didn't remember him.
Yeah, I need to go back. I want to go back and
I
play
ain't
that
gonna
one
never
day.
forget the ending. You had to control the big gingerbread man by throwing the little cookies on some.
Yeah, I remember the Puss in Boots boss fight. It had that dope beat. I don't know. All right, let's keep going. So Halo multiplayer is supposed to have its own story with updates. You know more about this, Dom? Not
Nothing
really?
from what you just said. Nah. I don't think it's too much
So-
on it though.
I didn't read on it, but I think like what they're trying to do is how Apex kind of have seasons, and they have like the lore in their trailers. They're gonna have something like that, but a little bit more interactive, I think. Like you have your own base and stuff like that. I feel like that's what they're aiming for, but I don't know. I could be wrong. But yeah, GP, you want to say something?
No, not about this. You know, I don't mess with no Halo.
See, all right. So let's talk about a couple actual games that released. So Scarlet Nexus released, and I saw some reviews and I saw some gameplay, and I'm like, you know what? This might be a buy, like a buy, like probably like in a couple weeks. I might grab it. I might wait for it to go on sale, but I wouldn't mind paying $60 for this. Dom, you were talking to me earlier about your opinion on it.
Yeah, I was saying around the same thing. People, looking at reviews and going back and replaying the demo, kind of changed my mind on it. People say, from what I hear, the story's really good, and from just playing the demo alone, I could tell the soundtrack was a bop. So it's like, hey, people saying it may be like the best newer anime game in a while. I know that ain't much of a, say, but that's something.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out, man. I'm gonna check it out. We'll see. So Steam Summer Sale started for anybody that's PC gaming and want to lose all their money. Steam Summer Sale is out there. But
Oh, that doesn't sound
well,
impressive.
the Steam Summer Sale is like probably the most notorious sale in gaming history, like ever. It's like almost the entire store is on sale, bro, and you get some games for cheap. I remember my first Steam Summer Sale, bro. I bought probably like 50 games. I was just getting into PC gaming, and I just happened to look on Steam, and they had so many games on sale. It was games I still haven't played to this day. I bought this thing like 7 years ago, and I just,
Oh.
it was like $2, bro. Who not gonna buy that?
$2, $1.50, bro.
Bruh, game.
Sometimes even newer games be on sale. You get lucky.
Yeah, so Steam Summer Sale is just, like if you want some games that you looking to play. I'm not. That's why I don't even look at the Summer Sale. But if you looking for some games that you want to play that might be old or new, Right now is the best time. It's better than Black Friday. No cap. PC gaming anyway. PC gaming.
Right.
Yeah, so we got 3 free games that's coming out. We're gonna do a little bit more. Want to talk about some of the free games that come with the PlayStation and Xbox as well on these episodes if we do find some. But right now we just got the Shadowrun trilogy that's free on GOG. Tell Me Why is free on Steam, and Sonic Mania is free on Epic Games. And we were just talking about Sonic Mania, I think, an episode or 2 ago. How it's cheap, but hey, if you want it for free, it's on PC right now, and you could run this thing on your cell phone probably. So if you got a doo-doo PC, it's gonna run this. I hope so. I hope so. But yeah, so that's it for gaming. A little bit of entertainment news. So first we got Drake Bell, or Jared Drake Bell. Did y'all know he had his full name is Jared Bell? Or Jared Drake.
I didn't even know that until I seen a YouTube video. I was like, bro, Drake ain't even his real name, first name.
Yeah, I was surprised too.
Deceived.
Yeah, so to give a little bit more detail surrounding this, he pleaded guilty on at least two charges, I believe, and one was like endangering a minor and disseminating harmful material to a minor or something like that. So basically he was having like an inappropriate relationship with a 15-year-old about 3 years ago, and I think prior to that, the first time meeting was 3 years ago, but I think they were talking on social media like years before that. So he ended up like leaving America and going to Mexico. He changed his name to Drake Campana, and he made nothing but Spanish music. So yeah, that's the whole story on him. He pleaded guilty recently, and I'll say I made a video on YouTube about this, and I wanted to say basically to reiterate what I posted was that it kind of sucks to see your the people you used to watch growing up, because he was a child actor. And
Right.
And it's common to see these child actors grow up and do something stupid, like real stupid, where they go to jail or weird, what's like wrong with them. And it kind of brings up the question, like, do you think like these child stars need some, like, is it even right to have these children be in acting roles like that, because like maybe they're forced to do stuff for their family that kind of damages them mentally. Because Jeanette McCurdy, she was Sam on iCarly, and she was talking about how her mom kind of like forced her to act, or her family forced her to act, and she actually hated acting and all that. That's why she's not in a new Paramount Plus iCarly reboot. So yeah, I just wanted to what are y'all thoughts on everything I just said? Said a lot.
To be honest, I was recently thinking about it. Kind of seen a video of somebody talking about it, right? About how much pressure goes on to child actors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I do think that's something that need to be looked into more, because I feel like it also damages their social life. You know, being seen on these TV shows, having all this attention on you, it's never really too healthy. And even like grown people, like older people who act and stuff like that, don't always have like the best mental health.
Yeah.
So you just gotta think about what effect it has on like younger people.
Yeah.
That is true, because when I do hear a lot of times, well, as a kid, from our limited view, it's kind of like, man, I wish I was them. They're famous and they do this. But then then 15 years, 20 years later, it's like, yeah, man, my mom used to yell at me when I got a scene wrong and I couldn't visit anybody. All I could do was read script. I'm like,
that's crazy.
Okay, maybe my childhood was pretty good.
Right. Right.
So but in the middle of it though, you just wish that was you. And so I'm not too shocked when I hear I say this sad. I'm not too shocked when I hear like famous actors go through something like this anymore at this point, just because of upbringing. Could play a factor, not always, just could.
Yeah.
But Drake, I'm a little disappointed because that was one of my favorite Nickelodeon shows. You know, just like I said, just growing up, and maybe I was in my adolescent years and I was about to be a teenager. One of my favorite shows, and there was even talks of them possibly trying to like reboot Drake and Josh, just because you see all these other shows coming like the iCarlys and all that at one point rebooted. I don't know if they're still going, but everybody was rebooting some stuff, and that was just kind of the trend. And so Drake and Josh was one that people wanted, and I was following, and people was putting their petitions. We put a petition about everything, by the way, but they was putting their petitions and all that. And now it's like, yeah, that's not happening. It's not gonna happen now. So that part of it, I'm kind of bummed, because I actually would have watched that. Like iCarly, I'll catch it one day, but Drake and Josh, I might have went out my way to watch it.
Yeah.
But that dream is dead.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because I remember Josh, he didn't invite Drake to his wedding.
Yep.
Yeah, so that might have been why.
That's terrible. But they made up since then, though. They did make up since then.
Yeah, for the internet. Yeah, they ain't talking to each other, bro. Yeah, but yeah, man, Drake, you done it. Got to do the time, bro. I think he said like 2 years or something like that. He may or may not go to prison. He may have like what is it? Probation or something like that, or community service. Yeah. We don't know.
They say maximum you can do is 15, but I'm pretty sure when you plead guilty, you can't get the max.